Well, good evening YouTube and welcome to another episode of the Albino RHino beer review. Today we will be drinking a beer that was sent to me from the one and only Nicholas Pickles Maxwell Star from Maxwell Star's Beer Reviews. Thank you very much, Nick, for this. This is the federationofbeer.com. It is Klingon Warnog, which is a Rogan Dunkel, so a rye Dunkel. This is 5.5% alcohol by volume. Yeah, it's brewed by Garrison. I'm just looking on here for anything interesting to bring up, but there it is. Now, you know, I own a lot of props for these videos. I don't pull them out very often, but I own a lot of props, from gas masks to cowboy hats to a giant sombrero to medieval knights helmets to a rhino mask and a horse mask. I own a lot of props. I don't have anything Star Trek or Klingon or anything like that, which is kind of surprising because if you look in my DVD collection, I have the entire series of Star Trek The Next Generation. I have the entire series of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I have the entire series of Enterprise. I don't have Voyager, which is weird because Voyager was one of my favorite Star Treks. I liked Deep Space Nine, and then Voyager, and then Enterprise, and then Next Generation. In all honesty, of the modern day ones, mostly because of the grittiness of some of them. I just made myself look like a bigger nerd than I really am. But I really do enjoy Star Trek. I think I enjoy Star Trek more than I enjoy Star Wars, only because the thought that maybe we as a people evolve past greed and evil and everything else is just optimistic and what I would hope for, instead of like an evil corporation running everything. And I mean, I like Star Wars too, I just don't like it as much as Star Trek. Not that any of that even matters, so we're going to try the rye beer. What's the Klingon greeting? See, I'm not that much of a nerd. I don't know the Klingon greeting. Is it Kerpla? Is it Kerplok? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care. It's a Klingon, right? Kerpla, Kerplok, Curse, the Sword of Callus, honor, So, Klingons drink blood wine, we drink beer. This is our beer. This is our Warnog. Our Warnog. So, hazy, brownish red, brown head, small layer of it. Not much of a snap, crackle, pop, so it should stick around for a bit. Okay, so out of the glass, I get a little spiciness, a little zestiness, a little bit of like a grapefruit note, and just a little bit of bready biscuitiness. Out of the bottle, I'm getting that under attenuated malt kind of caramelly, molassesy scent that you would expect from like a red ale. Not really picking up anything else out of the bottle. The glass is where it's at with this one, and usually the bottle is the better smell. But yeah, the glass is where it's at with this one. Cheers, let's try it. Thanks, Nick. Okay, so is it a gimmick niche beer? Yeah, it's a gimmick novelty niche beer. It is. It's not as good as a lot of what Garrison has put out. Not nearly as good as a lot of things that Garrison has put out. However, it isn't bad. I mean, there's a lot of worse gimmicky novelty beers out there I can think of off the top of my head. Things like the Monty Python's Holy Grail there, the Holy Grail. Not a very good beer. The AC/DC beer, not a very good beer. Excuse me, the Ozzy Osbourne beer, not a very good beer. This is above all of those. This is not as good as, say, the Bare Naked Ladies, Flying Monkeys novelty beer, where they made the chocolate stout. It's not as good as the City and Color maple wheat beer. It's not as good as there are a lot of other novelty beers that are better than this. However, this isn't bad. I mean, this would be right in the middle. I'd probably put this around the same layer as like the Vulcan Ale that I had, which was actually a real beer. This is a real beer. It's just really, really mainstream. And I mean, Warnog is something that, if you were telling me that this is, and I know that's not what they're saying, but if you're going to play it off as something Klingon, I'd expect it to be a little more strong, forthcoming, and in your face, where this is pretty much meek, dialed back, and just there. But that means you can drink a shitload of it. So, soda watery middle, little like lemony grapefruit finish, and forefront caramel, molasses, and again a like under attenuated malt taste. All in all, not a bad beer. But that soda water middle kind of ruins it for me in that it's not a great beer. It's good, and for what it is, I can't ask for much more. I mean, it's a beer that was meant to be sold to the mainstream from a craft brewery that is known for some really nice beers, and it's not bad. I mean, I can't ask for much more. I really can't. I enjoy this. I enjoy this. I don't love it, but I enjoy it. And it's a good little conversation starter, especially if you have a bunch of nerd friends that know Klingon. You can sit there and realize which one of your friends you have to beat up. Just saying. Like, I'm sure if I had the Honey Monster here to do this with me, there'd be some interesting things said. Now, all that being said, this is a Rogan Dunkel. It's more like a red to me. I'm not really picking up the... I've picked them up in the scent. I'm not really getting the rye spiciness, the dryness or the spiciness that is rye. Does that really bother me? No, not really. Just saying. I don't know if I'd buy it again or not. I'm leaning between 6.75 and just a straight up 7. And you know what? I think because of my enjoyment of Star Trek, I'll give it a 7. Though I will put it in a accent parentheses, shall we say, a 6.75. If I did not like Star Trek like I did, I'd probably give it a 6.75. Being a guy that is a fan, I can appreciate it, and I'll give it a 7. I could buy it again and talk about it with my buddies. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Nicholas, for sending this out. I will end up sending something back to you, but it's hard now because you can get almost everything I can get. I gotta figure out some good stuff to send you. Thank you guys. Bye.